Hey, welcome everybody to Young Composer Reacts to Orla Gartland, Madison, Orla and Friends version. Orla Gartland dropped an album at the end of August, middle of August actually, that was a banger. I really liked it. Madison is one of my favorite tracks off of it. It's a fan favorite as well. And we're going to jump straight into a new version, seemingly acoustic, that she dropped featuring a bunch of her friends. Let's go.
Cell in my head, staring at my phone in bed. Don't even know what I was feeling as I stared at the ceiling. My mother tells me I look tired, but what does she know? I'm clearly alright. Apart from spent wishing that I was still sleeping. Yeah, I guess I could be happier. I suppose I could be less of a dick. And yes, I've been a regular at the bar where you drink, 'cause I like how you think. Oh, Madison, I told you every single secret and you sat there silent. I needed you then, now I need you again, Madison.
Oh man, I love that stuff so much. I actually love Orla Gartland so much. Like it's such a blast to make videos about that, about things I love like that. So this song is a live song. It's really a performance-based song, so much so that they actually retracked some of it after their stay at the studio. Orla talked about that in a recent documentary or live stream, I don't remember, but yeah, it's really just Orla and the guitar at the beginning in the original and here. I'm glad that they did that, even though they had so many people here, and you know, just seeing how many people are there and seeing that most of them don't have an instrument sort of spoils that this is going to be more of a harmonic, background vocal focused remix sort of. What was I saying? Yes, I'm glad that she still respects that aspect of the song and starts it exactly the same way that it is on the record. Just her classical guitar. Just love that kind of thing because, like, I even love just the choice of the instrument because classical guitar, well, we are way done and beyond that whole period of time when it was actually just used for classical stuff, right? You can do any sort of music with that stuff, but when it's used for, like, rock, I don't know, it really gets to me personally, and like I'm thinking about something in the way of Nevermind, the Nirvana album and stuff like that. I always like when there's a rock song and the singer is just like strumming on an acoustic like that. I love this kind of stuff.
Got you wear that shirt so well. If you're not perfect, I can't tell. Can I be your sister or your daughter? Yeah, house plan in the corner, then I'd be happier, 'cause I'd never have to think for myself. So can I call you? Can I see you? Oh, Madison, Madison. Oh, I've been thinking how you been, how you been. I told you every single secret and you sat there silent. I needed you then, now I need you again. And you said I could be happier. In that moment, I knew it was true. And the sadness is familiar. I don't know where you're at. Won't you please call me back? I love that one.
I love that one too. I love that one too. That's for sure.
I like the sun.
Dude, I'm gonna be the boomer for a second here and say
Love it. Come on, everyone.
see that this is real musicianship. You know, like I love the little variations that Orla does in the singing and all that stuff. You can't do that if you know, you can't do that if you suck at music straight up. It's really like something you know that you work on, and to be able to make things like that on the spot, and you can tell that it's on the spot because you can't think of something like that before performing. You can be like, oh, here I'll just go. What was it? Madison. Yeah, she went like Madison at some point. That's just so cool. I love that stuff. Other stuff that I wanted to talk about. The mics are so weird. I never once saw that in my life, like two mics facing each other like that. I don't know why you would want to do that. Obviously, if you get a lot of people like this, they're not really in a circle or anything, but a cool little effect you can do is like have a mic set to spatial. This mic right here, I don't think it does that, the Shure SM7B, but if you have a good studio mic, you can have a bunch of people around it, and it just like, you know, if you watch whatever ASMR videos, you know what I'm talking about. It will do stereo effects without you having to do anything. It just like does it on its own. But yeah, I don't know, maybe some sort of processing was happening on a mic and they wanted to have the same exact audio basically, but do something else with the other mic and have them facing each other so they would phase or not phase. I don't know, I don't remember my lessons, my music engineering lessons, but whatever. The vocal harmonies sound very old to me. They remind me of this old style of music, whatever, like in the 20s or the 30s, where you'd have like people singing on tape and stuff, and it would sound so out of tune. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I don't know why, but you know, if you listen to old harmonic music and there's background vocals and there's this huge vibrato on the vocals and stuff like that, it just sounds like, I can't find the words to express the style I'm thinking about, but hopefully like you know what I mean, like very old country music or stuff like that. Just love the slightly out of tune effect that happens here. Yeah, so I love the variations. I don't know if I'm crazy or if I hear like some clipping on those mics. It sounds like maybe they were really going for it and singing pretty loud, and you could see that they were all having fun and really digging into the sound. It's possible, it happens. It's happened to me before where you do the tests, you know, to set up the proper levels for the mics and everything, and you do them in a certain state of mind where like you just like, you're not performing, right? You're just singing, or you're just hitting the drum or the guitar in a certain way, and you're really self-conscious when there's an engineer right there and they tell you, oh, could you play so I can set up the thing? And then you get into the performance and you give more and it clips or something. That's possibly what happened. But yeah, overall, I love how this wasn't as complex as it could have been. Like so many people, they could have gone for so many parts and all that stuff. It's still a pretty smart arrangement, I find, but it's really straightforward. This is a simple song, and they respect that, and they go for some, you know, nice choice of notes and embellishments, and there's some beautiful seconds and all that stuff. I love these sort of sounds, but they don't like, I don't know, they don't do a crazy cannonball thing, go full Jacob Collier on us or anything like that. It's really just magnifying the closet-like elements of the song, I guess. Like, you know, removing the, I don't know, removing the big out of it, and I don't know, what am I saying? I'm just saying, you know, making it more intimate is what I'm trying to say in my broken English. Yeah, man, I just love this. I don't have much else to say. I'm gonna ask you guys something. Is it cringe that I call myself young composer? I feel like if you're an old composer, like Key of Jeeps or something, it makes a lot of sense to call yourself that. But for me, it's like, every time I say that, I hear the archetype of capitalism somewhere saying, hey, dude, you made no money, so you're not even like a musician yet. I switch topics pretty easily there. In the documentary, Orla talks about how the engineer at the studio that you can see there, Middle Farm Studios, is a bit crazy and likes to experiment with stuff and do special things. I think he might just be responsible for this crazy mic placement and all that stuff. And honestly, like, yeah, dude, I love how there's a bass and a keyboard there, but it's not necessarily super present in the mix. It's really like, you know, so many people singing here. It wouldn't really make sense if the bass and the keyboards were super loud. You know, it makes sense to give the lead to Orla and then to have the background vocals in second place. But yeah, I also wanted to say like Orla really has some very talented people around her. The guy on bass, Pete, he actually plays like keyboards as well, and the guy playing keyboard, I think that's Nathan Cox, and he plays guitar in a superb way, and all that stuff. So it's all like, it's always a win when you're working with multi instrumentalists, because you're like, oh, let's make a friend's version. Can you play that? Can you do that? And it's always like, well, yeah, sure, I guess I can do that. You know, it gives you options. I'm shooting this video at like 11 p.m., so that's probably why I'm even more erratic than my usual self and going into all sorts of directions. But this was a blast. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, but it won't do anything anymore. Goodbye.